is time, okay? But the more the merrier, so wonderful that we have an extra brain in this class as we get through it. So, if you dust off those cobwebs in your brain, you will remember in January I spoke to you about engineering tomorrow and predicting the future, what kind of, especially in the context of medicine, the emerging technologies that we have to contend with, and the emerging problem spaces. So you might have forgotten about it as soon as you walked out of this classroom. You might be lying awake every night thinking, oh my God, what's medicine coming to? If that's you, don't worry. We're going to talk about going from idea to reality today. For my own benefit, just a quick 2-line intro about who you are, what you're studying, and how the semester's going so far, now that we're midway into it.
My name is Caitlin. Oh my gosh, I already forgot the questions.
What are you studying? How's the semester going?
I am in a Bachelor's of Science with a minor in Psychology, and the class is going pretty well. I mean, we've all learned some very, very interesting things about AI so far, and
don't feel like you have to say that, because the guy who
oh no, I'm just gonna boost up the course a bit. No, I think it's been very interesting thinking about what our final projects are going to be and kind of finalizing those ideas. I've been thinking of doing something along the lines of neurodivergence in AI, which is going to be exciting to research about. But yeah, very, very fun, very interesting, and very applicable to what is going on in life.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. Jessica, don't worry if you have no context for the course. Just want to know who you are, why you were curious enough to come here today. We're very happy to see you, and your background.
Yeah, for sure. So, hi, I'm Jessica. I graduated from Sciences, majoring in Biological Sciences and minoring in Psychology. Right now I'm in Open Studies, and I spend most of my time in a virtual reality lab just down in BioSci. But I wanted to come down here just because I've heard so many cool things. Like, I know a couple folks in here, and they're always talking about it and how much fun it is. So when I heard that there were +1s today, I wanted to swing by.
Perfect. Well, you should also come back when we do our VR hands-on lab as well. So, other Jessica.
Hi, I'm the other Jessica. I also graduated in psychology, and then now I'm just taking a gap year and just doing research and open studies. And then I already forget the other questions.
How's the semester going?
How's the semester going? It's going. No, it's good. I'm excited just to, I guess, see everyone's final project and wrap up this semester. But yeah, everything's going pretty good, I would say, for the most part. So.
Perfect, yeah. Zoe?
Yeah, I'm in my 5th year studying immunology in the Bachelor's of Science program, and my other courses are not going as well as this one, I want to say. Like, they're definitely not as engaging and as fun as this one, so
sure.
I'm excited to wrap up the semester and kind of end the year off.
Sure, and I'll clarify that I wasn't trying to pull up your repressed memories of stress from all your other courses. More so is this course surprising to you? Is it insightful? Will it be forever helpful in your future career, or will you just forget about it as soon as you walk out the door? It's kind of more what I'm looking for, but that's, carry on. Next.
I'm Don, and I finished my MD and currently doing the Masters of Medicine. And actually this is my final semester, and this is my last course. And
congratulations.
It's the most interesting course, honestly.
And you're not just saying that because you're on
not
the
impressive, but this is the most exciting course. And I have given my word of mouth to our admins as well regarding the course. I met wonderful people, mentors in this course, and I'm thankful for having this course.
Perfect. So I guess it's my turn. So for those of you who don't remember, hi, I'm Shawna. I'm a physician here. I do 100% of my practice in rural emergency medicine and aeromedical transport, as well as all of my research in space medicine and extreme environments. And I'm also a commercial astronaut. I will be going up next year. And then I have a background with startups and tech, and that kind of brings us to this convergence of technology and the future of medicine. So today is low stress. It's all about putting your brains to work. So why? Because we talked about all of the problem spaces in the world. We thought about looking at existing infrastructure and problems and solutions and thinking differently. So we talked about the ketchup bottle problem. We talked about reimagining new uses for a bottle. We talked about re-engineering bottles to change the adhesive properties of the inside so that you can access all of your ketchup. And we talked about even reimagining bottles as a light source. So, thinking differently, we haven't gone through this example yet. So, when we're talking about how we can level up our worlds and use technology to do it, we used to talk about it in the context of medicine, but here's a really imaginative example that was in the news a few years ago. So, who here has plants at home? Who here's really bad at keeping them alive? I've literally killed cacti. So what if your plant could email you when it was thirsty? And so these plants essentially do that. These are spinach plants. They have sensors in the soil, and when the soil gets too dry, the sensor detects that and then auto sends an email saying, hey, you need to water me. And so there is a little bit translation going on, but it is a way of communicating with your plant. So today is a workshop. It's midway through the semester, but we still want you guys to get to know each other a little bit better, okay? So for the first 12 minutes, you guys are going to split off into pairs. I'll explain that, and you're going to get to know a little bit more about each other. Then we're going to work on learning about idea generation and the art of brainstorming and how we can do so without judgment and just let our brain juices flow. And then the final part of this, we are going to take a problem, develop it into a more fully fleshed business plan, and then talk about making that idea into reality, and if there's time, we will talk about the land of unintended consequences. So, by the end of this, I want you to be well-versed in brainstorming, thinking differently, turning ideas into reality, as well as thinking about problems that you did not intend to crop up. Okay, so for the first part of this, we're just going to get to know each other a little bit better. So we are going to take the post-it notes and then pass them down, and there's tons of pens, tons of post-it notes, and then you're going to write at the top of it, talk to me about 1, 2, 3 things. So it can be anything about maybe you're secretly an Olympic ski jumper, maybe you are on the run from the law, maybe you don't want to confess that. Maybe you have a lifelong passion for crocheting and knitting. Hello, welcome. You haven't missed anything yet. So it's just more to get to know each other better, to know who you're working alongside, and also these will be highly unsatisfying conversations, but you'll have 2 minutes to discuss, and then we'll switch groups. We'll do that 2-3 times depending on time, and then the idea is that kind of fosters the conversation, the threads of conversations you will continue beyond today. Okay, so hello sir, remind me of your name.
Rayan.
Rayan, perfect. You just missed the reintroductions. Remind me what you're studying and how the semester within the context of this course is going so far.
I'm studying neuroscience.
Perfect.
And so far, in context of this class, it's going really well. I've learned a lot more. I didn't know this course would be so general. I thought it'd be very specific on AI or ethics, but it's very general across all components.
Perfect.
So it's really interesting so far.
Perfect. Okay. So since you are conveniently sitting in front of the stationery, I'll get you to take the stack of post-it notes, take one for yourself, and pass it down, and then same with all of the markers in front of you. So yeah, take one, pass it down, and same with the markers. And then once you guys are ready, write 1, 2, 3 things, talk to you. So Rain, the exercise is 3 things about yourself that you would want to converse with someone about. And then once you're all done, put your pens down, and then we'll kind of pair you all into your groups.
Actually, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah. About anything?
Anything. The example cited were if you're a secret Olympic ski jumper, if you're on the run from the law, if you love crocheting, and you want to talk about that, go for it. Okay, so I'll give you guys 2 minutes to do that. Is that okay? So take another minute and then we will get going. anyone need more time? Everyone's good? Okay, perfect. So now what you're gonna do, you guys know each other fairly well, hey?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, so then we'll split you two up. We will do Ryan and Dan, right? Right? Dawn. Sorry, Ryan and Dawn. Caitlin and Zoe. No, that doesn't work. So Jessica and Caitlin, and then other Jessica with Zoe, and then we'll keep the first group the same. So take 2 minutes and then pick just one of the topics on your Post-it note, and then start chatting about it, and then midway through we'll switch. So 90 seconds, and then I'll say switch, and then we'll take another 90 seconds. And then eventually we'll switch the groups. So go ahead. Okay.
I will come.
Okay. Here, we'll just do like a
Yeah.
swap.
Sorry.
Let's see what we have. Okay. There's this
Yeah,
baking.
What
What do you have for?
I'll just say
What I got. Ooh, desserts, travel, animals. Which ones do you want? Which should we talk
Yeah, I'm gonna put those.
I personally like talking about this one.
Yeah, let's talk about that one. I actually was a cake decorator, so it's gonna be great. Go ahead.
Favorite type of cake?
Ooh,
Working out.
honestly, it
So, I
just.
think, there's like a.
So, do you have a favorite kind of
Like,
cheesecake?
like,
Yeah,
Strawberry.
What about you?
It's so hard. It depends on my mood. Like currently,
Sometimes I see
low-key,
like,
like
for example, someone
carrot
can do
cake.
like
I've been
That
having
gives, yeah, the cheesecake, like the
really close and health mix.
The icing just seems delicious with the combination
I'm
of
working out, which is
really,
really
but it's like so moist too. Every single
like
time
grab
we
a
get
bowl and
it,
like
it's
do
never
like
chicken.
Yeah, I know.
so good. Those are the category products.
I've done like those visual tart cakes,
All
so I'm very
especially
good
like
at
course
like
genetic differences across like
very good.
there's some people who can
It doesn't take a while to do like the actual piping, it's just like covering the
Nice, because I almost felt like I was
Right.
reconnecting with that bit of moment.
So,
Yeah.
It takes really
I've
Yeah.
never
Good.
been
It's like a-
made
it's like a
a
comfy,
layered cake.
homey-
Like,
Exactly.
I think like,
No,
you
I
know,
feel
like
like
custard
rice
cupcakes or like that
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
stuff, just big
Okay.
on top of one layer. It's good. But I've never done like a
Really?
layered cake, and it's like on my bucket list weirdly.
It's so much fun. I have these like small here, I know that are only like 5 inches big. No, they're 3 inches big.
40,
I'm not very
40.
good.
Yeah.
They're like those
You don't have to
Korean
put
like
it
chicken
together.
nuggets. Have you seen
No
those?
way.
Yes,
How's
yes,
it
yes.
They're exactly that size, so they're super small.
Most
Most
recently-
easy to start with because they're that small.
So wrap up your thoughts in about 20 seconds.
I like how we've been yapping about it. Okay, we have this. There's actually surprises now. I think like
So
so
down.
together.
You must be my mentor.
I actually went to the store one day and then this one older lady was like, I'll just make one. Make so
No, I was saying
I have a
music
bunch
is
of like,
related
it's
to the
hard
area.
to try to make
Yeah.
something.
A lot of,
I guess.
like you have a video.
Oh my god, wait, I have to class. That's true, that's true.
D&D?
I'm glad I don't do this. I
Shopping
I just like 5 numbers in the fridge.
It's
It's so much fun. It's
All right,
so
and we
much
will
fun.
switch it up.
Yes.
So now, if you have not talked about a topic yet, talk to your partner about something you choose, something they choose. Have at it. We'll take 90 seconds to 2 minutes.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. Like, I listen. Have you listened to any? We can pull another podcast.
Those
Yeah.
are
Or like, oh my gosh. So there's this one for
Okay,
Spotify. Depends.
What do you
You can talk about the Mission 20. I don't know if you've heard of it. It's an amazing way to get into this because it outlines like all the key mechanics that you use for rolling, and it's a bunch of first-time players that are like incorporated
What's your
together.
favorite that you should look up for what's best for you?
Okay, and it's just so fun. I get to spin guitar and I get to like roll dice and I just kind of, I think last D&D session I married up the girl. So yeah, like you can just like do whatever you want and it's just so much fun.
I really want to get into D&D, and then League of Legends too.
Well, I don't know if you can get that.
That's fair.
That's fair.
I'm glad to see it checks out.
I thought it's been, you just want to get into it.
How did it
Yeah, because I have a lot of friends that like
how
are not
do you
in it, and
someone else feel better if like
No, I think you should try.
Because like
Okay, because every
it's
single
like
person, every single person I know has like a large part of it. There's a lot of strategy that gets involved. That's like,
Okay.
if you're not very good at strategy, you won't win the race.
I do know it.
And
Not
then
okay.
there's-
Definitely get into the
D&D is more fun because it's a bunch of like nerds that like
Like,
hang out and
it's-
love.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the way it is.
It's like the
When
Gen
you-
Okay, if you were to
Yeah.
elevator pitch, like
Yeah.
So we can even do a quick session right now. So imagine.
And we will wrap it up in the next 5 seconds.
Oh, okay.
it's
okay.
You know the backup reason.
And we're going to switch groups. So go with someone you have not been with before. So one person from each group. Stand up and post it up.
Wow. Okay. Because you moved.
Yeah, sure.
Let's do it.
Oh, okay. Maybe we should just move in like
Yeah, maybe that's
clockwise.
okay. It'll be a little bit easier in a smaller group.
Oh,
Okay, that's helpful for planning the next session. It's really
Back
useful.
home.
How are you? But let's see what you have on your list.
Purpose of life.
I like that. I want to do that one.
Yeah.
There you go.
I have like balance from Calgary to Tokyo, and then I'm going back home to China. And this trip is
Yeah.
this trip is very long. It's like almost 2 months. So I'll be gone from all of
Yeah, that's so cool. The one
May
thing,
and
so
June.
I thought about, I love doing university, but I thought about how do you like
That's
run
my
on
Oh my God, what are you gonna do?
It's also like how do you want to enjoy yourself versus recording it. You
Yes,
don't have
those
to
are
talk
all
about
really
like.
good questions. The one problem
Because summer I went to Morocco, and in the beginning I was really obsessed with like capturing every single moment on like radio, but then I realized like there'd be something like a beautiful scenery, and rather than like actually absorbing it myself,
is not as
I'd be so focused on like
very like
keeping it right, and then I wouldn't like, really enjoy it as much.
no
So
social
my
media
bachelor's
presence, and I
from
kind of don't like. I'm the type where I go to meeting with other people. That makes sense.
Yeah.
either.
So I wish.
Like
In the south side is different.
Big
Like, that's
collection of my
definitely
house.
I know there's like Thai curry.
Yes.
Yeah, Thai curry is like a very different type of curry.
Yeah.
That's like social media
That's
presence.
it.
My parents make this like curry that's really Chinese
I
food.
have.
Yeah. But just like with being like a travel like
Basically
creator,
growing
it's like
anything that's
you
like
have like some pressure, yeah. You
I
have
love
to,
that.
you can't just like enjoy the moment sometimes. You have to like actually.
Switch topics,
Okay.
but stay in the same groups.
Okay.
So these are my grades.
Yeah.
D&D,
So
psychology,
so like I
and I do art.
that.
So we can choose whatever.
So
Tell me about the
honestly,
art.
I really
I've been doing art since I was basically out of
Yeah, so I think that
So I've been doing digital art
I'm always
for the
like
past
wondering,
like 5 years.
like
So
what am I
do
meant to do? Am I supposed to just like
drawing,
solely look for my own happiness?
mostly
or
for fun, but sometimes I do them for
someone
like
who's like
Canva drawings because I'm like a content director for a volunteer
I think
organization. So
I
I
didn't realize that like,
I do 3D
any-
modeling a lot.
anyone who's
So
purpose
I've been
is just
trying
for,
to
like,
do more
themselves
animation,
is
but
gonna end
it's
up
so
with like
super
a bad because then it's having like a broken system. That's like it starts with like
Like I've been trying to, I don't know if you've heard of like brain models.
Yes,
Yes,
whereas if
creating a
you're like
skeleton on them,
like
and I can't do it. I've been trying to do it for months on this one model, and my body's just like, I actually cannot anymore.
this is
But
That's like actually like really hardcore skill to pick up though. Like, because think about it, like people who study like industrial design, like that's
you
the
couldn't
whole
do that, or like saving, I mean like making change, right?
and I'm trying to do it like 1 month. So
Saving some city,
it's
you
a
could do
little
that
hobby
in
of
there.
mine. But yeah, it's been
And
really
then he
fun.
decided he's gonna start with his house. But he passed away like before he could do any changes in his house. So he realized that instead of like trying to save the world at the start, he should have focused on changing himself and then
I did
changing his family and then building down.
I always wanted to paint oils, but it's a little toxic to do at home, so I never had like a.
Have you ever had like 4 seconds?
I'm not.
It's like this perfect mix between watercolor and like acrylic, like it's in between. So you don't have to spend, it's not really oil based, it's related, but it is better at
Not
blending.
hate what?
Yes, yeah, acrylic is only, it only works on chemicals.
Yeah.
I like that. That's
All right, so wrap up your conversations and then we'll switch groups one last time. So go with someone new. So I think this whole circulating clockwise, counterclockwise.
Alright, nice talking to you.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
We're speed dating, guys.
Speed friend.
Speed friended.
Oh, I love it.
Hey, Dawn.
So what's your name?
How are you?
Zoe.
How are you?
I'm tired. Where have I been? I haven't
It's
been
difficult to
many
talk
cities.
about yourself.
If you count country-wise, I've only been to, I think, four. Canada, US, or China is and then Japan.
D&D's Dungeons and Dragons.
It's amazing. Yeah. I'm actually going back again this.
So it is, I love this. It is
With my boyfriend. Yeah, last time I went with my family.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know, but like traveling with family is a little different. Like traveling
Yeah,
with
yeah.
friends is like they have like longer restrictions.
Every single decision.
Last year I had the chance to like travel by myself. I went to Dubai.
Oh wow.
Yeah, but the thing is like, so I was traveling by myself, but when I got there, like I had family there, so it wasn't like a completely like solo experience.
Yeah.
But I think that traveling, like I love being at the airport. I love it so much.
Yes.
But the thing is, when you're with your family, it's like you're not in
So
control,
it's
like,
it's
they're
kind of
in
this
control.
fun role playing.
Pretty
And my
nice.
family has,
Which I
I
absolutely love.
want to say Japan.
Yeah.
Like it's a plane, for example, leaves at like
Yeah.
10 a.m.
It's-
My family
It's
is
interesting
often
that
ready
you
to
haven't
go at
heard
4
of it.
a.m. Like
They're
so
Are
early.
you playing the other like
Board games are like
I know.
main board games are
There was
really
this one time we,
chess.
so we were supposed to be at the airport by 4,
Do you still play
and
chess?
we were packing out like around 2 a.m. It happened to be like daylight savings. So and then suddenly the time goes from like, I don't remember exactly, but it went from like 2 o'clock to jump to 3 o'clock. And then suddenly we're like an hour behind.
You don't do like any trivia or anything sometimes?
It's
No?
always nice
I
for
don't
myself.
know, like,
Yes.
because I
Alright,
don't know
folks,
music
wrap it
or
up and then
whatever.
switch conversation topics.
This is
Okay.
medicine. I
Is there
already
one
know
that
you're
Yeah.
into.
I
I
talk
already know
about
that you're
music,
into.
one that you haven't gotten
Let's
to
talk
talk
about
about.
music.
I want to see like when Gone Go all the, but we can talk about like Rivers of Life because it kind of relates to traveling.
Sure, okay.
Like,
Yeah,
so there's two like main views that I think people can have. You can either have like
My boyfriend's actually in percussion.
Rivers of Life that you're
So
trying to
he's
like
got the art.
find whatever the best for you, your happiness or whatever, or it can be like a greater
Have you ever produced
kind of
anything?
help
Yeah, I have
the people around you.
Oh my gosh, that's so sick.
So at first I think we all like,
Do you
as
usually
kids,
just
we
do
all
strings,
like,
or are you more of like a
Basically, yeah,
string?
but
my
as you grow up,
first
I
is
think
like
you start realizing like there's like a deeper satisfaction.
Do you have like a favorite?
Helping other people.
Yeah,
Like for example,
so
like humanitarians, like we're like doing so much, like just from like a selfish perspective, you're losing so much, it's not actually eating. But I feel like helping those who are like in need, especially when you're like blessed in a certain aspect, is like using a satisfaction that's like deeper than something you can like just get by like doing like
so
something.
your boyfriend is
I don't know. I can't
He
give an
does
example.
percussion.
You know what I mean? Just like helping
He's been doing
people.
percussion for like
Bigger.
most of his life, but yeah, I know like that side, but I've never actually heard of like the self-centered side, because I'm usually
Yeah.
watching him in
More
like
like, I guess greater for the.
Oh.
So I never usually
But yeah,
string
that's
it.
nice. I think it's a good
So,
side.
yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I think it's like everyone has like a to decide which path they want to go down. Like, I think it's just like, oh, what do you want your career to be? Do you want your career to be something where you just feel like, oh, I'm having fun working a job,
Yeah.
or like it's
So
something
busy,
where you
you're
want
like
to help other
in,
people,
you're
you know,
inside
so,
school.
yeah.
Excellent. Okay. So, any insights, any interesting conversations? I heard about cake and D&D, got a little bit hungry in this corner. I heard about music. Just let's quickly go around the room one by one. Interesting insights, Jessica.
Yeah, for sure. I think one of the most interesting insights I had was in this conversation. He has a full room just dedicated to musical instruments, and that's something that I've always wanted to have in my life. So he's literally living the dream. I just thought that was so
So
cool.
next class we're just gonna all head over to Dawn.
Yeah.
Jessica, any insights?
I really liked, of course, love our D&D and cake talk, but I really liked Rand's purpose of life topic. I found that quite interesting and insightful. So
Very philosophical.
yeah.
Perfect. Ran, any?
Yeah, honestly, one of the most interesting things was also with Don. He told me about how he can play 40 instruments.
40.
Yeah, I just couldn't believe that. Like, how could you even like
I can't name 40
dedicate?
instruments.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was awesome.
I think my insight is very similar to Jessica's with Rayon's conversation. He kind of summarized the purpose of life in like two perspectives. One is a more like self-centered, going after your own interests and stuff like that, and then the other one is more for the greater society, so like societal good. So
And what if those two converge? Did you guys talk
Yeah.
about that?
yeah,
No,
if we had
we
more
didn't
time,
talk
we
about
would have talked
Yeah.
about like the balancing between the two. So yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Done?
Yeah, so all the three conversations were very nice and insightful. So Jessica told about Formula One, and
Cool. Is that
like-
what the jacket is about?
Low key, almost. Not official.
yeah, so I like to watch car races, but not to race because I'm a little bit scared of.
Yes, as an MD,
cars.
you should be.
Yeah, I visualize all the trauma.
Yes, that's the way my brain works too.
Yeah, and we had a conversation about life, and he's doing music video edits and like so
He's doing what,
like
sir?
video edits and all.
Okay.
So like I'm doing music, so he's in the video editing side, so it's like a collaborative thing. So I was very interested.
Yeah.
And she told about D&D, and I'm not a pro in board games, but I like to play board games, so it's nice. Yeah.
And last but not least, Caitlin.
It's honestly been really interesting to hear the different perspectives on D&D and how some people have heard about it and how some people haven't. But outside of like my own conversation, like my own topics, I've been really interested in what like Dawn has with the entire music room, right? Like you showed me a photo and I was like, oh my gosh, that's a lot of stringed instruments. I haven't seen that many in my entire lifetime. I've only seen like wind instruments, maybe some percussion, but that's just
I
like
want to see the photo now.
Yes.
I do too.
So
It's so many.
my basement it's full of musical instruments.
That's impressive. That's very cool. Can I?
Yeah.
Next workshop at Dawn's place.
Wow. So did any of these conversations feel too short, like you wanted to just keep going? Yeah? Okay, good. That was the intent. It meant to be unsatisfactory by design because you spent half a semester together already, but you may not know the interesting facets about the people who are sitting beside you. And who knows, maybe there's conversations or collaborations you'll pick up beyond this course. So it is both meant to foster that connection, but also make you a little bit more comfortable for what we're about to do next, okay? So typically we break up into groups of 3 or 4, but we are going to be one person short as of 2:30. So I think we'll just do this as one big group of 5, okay? It will still work. So we're going to go on now that we know each other a little bit better, now that we've got the conversation flowing, we're going to learn about brainstorming, okay? So that's what all of that whiteboard in front of you is for, okay? So we are going to go by IDEO rules of brainstorming. So if anyone's never heard of IDEO, they're a very famous design firm. And so they do everything from designing pill bottles to novel prototypes and rapid prototyping for startup companies. So these are borrowed from them, and they're freely available on their website. So when we are brainstorming, we're going for volume. We want your goal, you're going to all use those Post-it notes. We're going to talk about the topics in a second here. Your goal is to make sure there's no white space left on your poster board, okay? You want to defer judgment, so don't say, oh, that's silly, or that's impossible, or that's against the law of physics. That's a later problem, okay? So you want to encourage crazy, wild ideas. If something is against the laws of gravity, then that's a later problem, okay? Don't talk over each other, build on each other's ideas. So if Caitlin's saying, you know what, I would love to see a zoo in 0G, and then Jessica might say, okay, we need a giraffe sanctuary, and then other Jessica might say, okay, we need the whales. How are we going to house the whales in space, right? So then you're kind of building on each other, but not talking over each other, and then you're staying focused on one topic at a time, which is a space zoo. Okay, if you want to be visual, that is great. If you want to draw stick figures, if you want to draw out your ideas, that is totally fine. And then go for quantity. So here are the topics. You can pick one of these topics, okay? So don't spend too much time on one single topic because oftentimes where folks get caught in brainstorming quicksand is they'll spend so much time wondering which of these topics they should pick that half their time is elapsed, okay? So things that really should exist, that's a very common topic. Pet peeves, and those two aren't mutually exclusive. Greatest challenges in the world, greatest trends or technologies, ways you might positively impact 10 all the way to 1 million people. And then this, in previous years, used to be solutions for solving COVID. In the past year, it's been applications for AI, machine learning. And don't suppress your inner villain. They can be good or bad, okay? So we're going to start the timer here in a sec. This is just an example of probably one of the most comprehensive and most impressive groups. So in the COVID years, we would do these in Zoom breakout rooms, and we would do them on a shared Google Doc. And in one session in 15 minutes, they got up to 73. So they picked pet peeves, they picked everything from double dipping to people who steal your food while you're eating to slow drivers. It's a very long, comprehensive list. I was impressed that they got to 73. So that is an example of volume generation. You will have access to the slides, so don't worry about reading these. Someone was talking about how their hair wouldn't curl the way they wanted. So whatever makes you mad, put it down on paper. That's the way you go, okay? So what I'll encourage you to do is maybe sit close together as a group, since you're all working together as a group of 5, okay? Everyone grab some post-it notes. Everyone grab some markers. Come on in, okay? And then we'll give you 15 minutes. Since we only have one group, we're only going to have one presentation at the end, so we'll have less of a time crunch. So if you need a little bit more time, we'll do that, okay? And the timer starts now. Any questions on that? No? Okay.
Are we just having sticky notes?
Yep, sticky
Okay,
notes.
Okay. What were the topics?
Oh, yeah, sorry, you need those.
I love that, like, the last point just said men with the period. I was looking at it, I was like,
I think the bottom right.
yeah, the bottom right, the very bottom right, in that little small one.
Like
It says men.
sisters. Oh yeah, there's right. We got to 76. So Wi-Fi.
Men.
People that stop breathing on Google Docs and group. I actually haven't read through all of these in a long time.
Men.
No offense to the men out there. Okay. All right, folks. There you go.
Which one are we thinking of?
Thank you for today.
Bye.
Oh,
Bye.
See ya.
Would we like to do it all on one all 6 topics on one?
No, you're picking one of the 6 topics.
Oh, one of the 6 topics,
Yeah.
okay.
Should we roll a dice?
Unless anyone has any strong.
What do you mean by things that really should exist?
So if you wish you had a time turner and could go back in time, if you said something really embarrassing at a party and you wish that exists, you should put that down on paper.
I think you should do that one, but like it's gonna be hard to think of ideas.
The first topic, I think it'll be a nice challenge.
I think so.
Okay, sure.
Let's do
If we're
it.
going for quantity, we'll see. Okay, what was,
So is it like more like a discussion, or do we just write something down?
It's a little bit of both. So you want to work together. So you do want to communicate with each other, but you're going for volume. So don't spend too much time saying, is this a good idea? Just saying, okay, this is an idea.
time travel.
There we go.
Perfect. I love the
For the
dinosaur.
first part, you
Boo! Go crazy,
We
just like
bring the
anything you
boom.
think of, and then
Yeah.
we'll kind of reintervene after maybe 5 minutes-ish.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or something. That's
And
it.
then, some of these can inspire number one. So if you have a pet peeve, for example, that person hated their curly hair, then things that should really exist is an instant perfect curler, right? So,
Oh.
right, so
Someone write that up somewhere.
if you hate people slow walking in a big line in the hallway across campus, then maybe you can introduce an automatic taser when that's detected. Not to say that I'm encouraging that.
What's it called?
But I think we should like say it, and when you put it down, and that way like you can like
Oh.
spark ideas. So I put holographic FaceTime.
Ooh. I put commercial space travel, flying cars.
Love it.
I don't know the word when you just I just want to go somewhere. Like I just want to think about somewhere.
Teleport?
Teleport. Thank you.
I put a chew meter for people to chew loudly.
It's like those ones in like a classroom when you have like the little bubbles that pop up. Have you ever had
I've
that?
never had those.
When you're like a kid and you're just like be quiet and then you have those little bubbles on the screen.
I hate charging my phone, so infinite battery supply.
I did for You were never needed to do that. You're quiet.
3D printer for literally anything.
Ooh.
That's me.
Cool.
I feel like that already kind of exists. But,
Could be
such
such
as exist.
Resurrection. I don't know how to spell resurrection. I feel so that way.
I've read Pet Cemetery. That will not end well.
Oh, that's true. That's the first thing I thought of. Pet Cemetery.
Whoa,
Wings
that
when you
sounds
want to
familiar.
fly.
Pet Cemetery is that Stephen King novel where they like bury their
Resurrection.
dog that was run over and then it ends up
Oh,
just the worst idea ever, but then they do it to their toddler. It will keep you up at night.
Put an infinite.
What is a
on.
problem that people have, and then what is something that they want to fix it?
Or even what
Drug addiction.
inconvenienced you this morning.
Drug addiction?
That's a problem.
That is a problem.
What's the solution?
For drugs?
And what's the most convenient, snap your fingers, insane solution that doesn't make sense but would be an instantaneous solution?
What was that one movie, Gattaca or something? Like the,
Oh,
like the gene.
Yeah, that was Gattaca.
Gattaca.
a drug that makes you forget that you've ever like.
Taking drugs?
Yeah, so you don't feel like withdrawal terror.
Oh, memory eraser. Specific memory eraser.
It's like that one
It's
that's
like
Gravity
Eternal
Falls.
Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
Oh, I love that movie.
Hey Don, get in there. Let's get you putting these
Yeah,
down.
I have.
Come on, man,
I
you're
have.
the doctor, man.
No?
Also, I put Bluetooth syncing thoughts with someone. You're so good at this. You're so good at this. I have too many shower thoughts.
Yeah, you guys, I want to move this table back so you guys can actually sit all at the table. So for those who are
Color
standing, we'll give you some space.
I'm gonna put food printing off of that 3D printer one.
Ooh.
I saw that in a movie once.
Oh. Color changing clothes.
Ooh, that eats for real.
Material.
should exist.
Okay, with a food printer, a pill that tastes like anything you want. So like it can be like
Ooh,
a
that's
pill,
sick.
but it's like a whole
That's
like,
sick.
yeah.
So for those who are standing.
Oh, I'll probably move to the other side.
Yeah, we'll bring you in here.
Put dryer that folds your clothes.
Nice.
What does it say? Dryer that folds your clothes. Oh, that's sick. That's sick.
No, you can sit on your own.
Thank you. You don't have to, but I'd like 10% return for any ideas that become $1 trillion businesses.
Material changing clothes. Ooh. I would love that. Sometimes it's a little itchy.
Real. So real.
What about things that exist, that should exist, that could positively impact people? 10 people, 100 people, 10,000 people.
Oh, this is like I don't know if you guys like relate to this with like permanent haircuts.
Permanent hair. Oh my gosh, like, oh my god, permanently like dyeing your hair. Or like linking into like hair that like can change color. So you know like permanent's too permanent, right?
Yeah,
like that's
I
kind of
get that.
scary to have that like
Color changing hair. I'll write that down.
yeah, color changing hair.
Okay. Came up with one idea.
Let's hear it.
Bot end, that means a robot acts like a nurse, goes to your home and do all the procedures, draw blood, do small procedures, can do a wound toilet,
Like an everything bot.
everything but.
Okay,
Personalized.
building off of that, a smart house.
Oh.
Have you ever
Have you guys watched
There's this movie, I don't remember what it was called, but like everything was done by the house. You could just be like, hey Zarin, do this.
There
That
was-
relates to your like, what you mean, like your folding
Fly,
fold-
yeah,
the
dryer
like,
that folds your clothes.
Exactly.
There was this like short story where like these kids they always go in like I don't know if you guys have read it, it's like part of like English. You go in like they go in this one room and it's like a safari desert. Have you guys heard that story? And
I've
then-
heard of something like that, but
And
it's
then
kind of
you get,
like
like, obsessed with-
Narnia vibes.
Oh yeah. But then they get like obsessed with like going in the room because it's like an escape from reality. Have you guys tried the Apple Vision Pros?
Sorry?
The Apple Vision Pros?
No, I haven't.
You guys should like go to like an Apple store and actually try it. It's actually like a life-changing experience.
That's really
Like
So
kind of
sick.
like meta, right?
Like what, sorry?
Like meta.
Like MetaQuest.
I have another idea.
Oh, I've never.
what's it?
It's zero cal. That means you can taste any food, but
It's
it only
zero
stimulates your
calories.
tongue and all, but it doesn't like affect your calorie intake.
That's fantastic.
That would
Those
be
are some
something.
of our other ideas. as
What
well.
about the next level of that, making something negative calorie? So it's the best thing you've ever tasted, but actually burns calories for you.
Oh.
Write that down.
Okay, you guys are at half time and you're about half covered, so
Okay, mine is really long, so I'm just gonna like mention it.
Go ahead.
I said land that can spontaneously change what's on it. So like if there might be a mall, we can maybe change it to a hospital if that's needed, or like a
Oh.
national park if that's needed. You can just keep changing it as many times as you need.
Multi-purpose space.
I
Yes.
thought you were saying like crops, if you need
It could be
tomatoes one day, carrots the next, but.
It could. It could be anything, right?
Write that down, write that down.
What's like something like similar to Jurassic Park that could like actually,
Like amusement park,
but
A
like
zoo.
more like
healthcare wise.
Or dinosaur.
I don't know. I'm just gonna say this.
No, I honestly think it should exist. I think it should, like to a degree, you know, like maybe
There's
even
no way
all
it doesn't.
around.
There's no way you can do it.
Do you remember we talked about Colossal during that lecture in January, so they're trying to bring back woolly mammoths?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Bring back woolly mammoth.
Just like all caps.
I'm trying to think of movies, like sci-fi movies that I'm like, that's sick.
You should also think about like what just inconvenienced you this morning, what like just kind of made you shake your fist, right? So if you think about your problems, you'll also think of your opportunities.
Just immediately start writing. She's
Pill that cures
traffic
cold
cold in 10 minutes. Beautiful. I love that.
What did you say?
A pill that cures colds or like flu in 10 minutes. Like a common cold.
Fabulous.
Oh, like an alarm that like instead of just being a sound, it like actually like flips your bed up. So then you have to
That's funny.
Put it down.
I need not.
so I always press the snooze.
So what are the also things that harm people? What are the top 5 killers of people?
Oh, like I saw this in like a book that I read in childhood. It's like a bubble. Like every car is like a big bubble. It's like whenever accidents happen, it's like bounce off each other.
That'd be fun.
Like
rubber cars?
Yeah, but like it's like the car just like inflates and then it's like not hard on impact. But I don't know how that works.
Go ahead. Don't say that. This is an open space, my dude.
Are there already cars that prevent you from cutting others off? I drive a 2006 Toyota Matrix. I got no clue.
So the new ones do, yeah. So my car is old like yours, but the new ones, they can have lane assist. They will, if you're trying to turn lanes, but there's someone in your lane space, so they
What
do.
car do you drive?
I drive a 2008 Nissan Altima.
Nice.
But I also rent cars frequently with my travels, so then I go from like living in the past to living in the future. And
What's the coolest car you?
oh, a Maserati.
Oh.
And it was so good. It was an SUV Maserati, and I'm just like, if only there was an electric version of this. There is not.
You like electric cars?
I feel like environmentally, I should at least go for a hybrid. So there's the conscience part of it.
Yeah.
But the acceleration on that was just fabulous.
Yeah.
Like, the other thing was I knew I'd get a lot of speeding tickets in it. So.
What's the solution to speeding? But like in the other way, like if you want to speed. How about like
Greenwashing the cops.
Air traffic.
sorry?
Greenwashing the cops.
What's like a solution to getting pulled over? I feel like that's
Being
something.
too quick.
Invisible cars.
Invisible cars.
Yeah.
I feel like that would cause more traffic.
Teleportation probably. Yeah.
No, but there's like an adrenaline of like going like quick,
love
like
that.
faster.
Yeah. So like the people want to go quick in air traffic, and the people that are like.
We
just
could make
like
more lanes if it's like in the air, you know, because it's like instead of like having to drive in the same lane, it could be like levels of how fast you'll go.
Oh. Beautiful.
Highways in the sky.
Guys, have about 3 more minutes left. Would you like some
Let's
more
build
time?
this place.
Let's fill it.
Because we're only one group, we're not as much of a time crunch as normal.
2 more minutes extra.
2 more for sure. Yeah. Thank you.
Oh, like a thermometer that should like completely like, let's say your house is like 20 degrees, right? But you want it to be like tropical, like 32 degrees. It can like give like wind and like
Mimic.
yeah, like environment mimicking. You know how I like Westminster Mall, like the water park is like 32 degrees or something?
Yeah. What's like inconveniencing these days? I just want to be in Disneyland all the time.
Traffic.
Traffic. Yeah,
You
traffic.
can have a jetpack or a drone to come to university.
What about a pet translator?
Oh.
Write it down, write it down.
I think half the ideas are yours.
Pet translator. Well, my parrot, if I misinterpret her too many times, she'll just bite
Like
me.
there's like the buttons. Have you guys seen the buttons with the
Yeah.
dogs? That's like
Yes, yes.
Press-
now.
my dog to speak.
Mom.
What if there's like, what could be like a solution to learning the language quicker?
Like you know, like downloading a drive.
I
or
was gonna
whatever.
say, like you said, like Bluetooth communication, or if just like Bluetooth,
Yeah,
like information, like osmosis, but
What about,
real
like,
osmosis.
Even like more practical, like an earpiece that like translates as you hear it. Does that exist?
I think I've seen glasses like that
Mm.
actually.
Have you guys read The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy?
Oh, that's
The
on
bad,
my
the
list.
bad dolphin.
It is on my list too.
Oh my, you have to read it.
I own the series, have not read it
Oh
once.
my gosh.
Oh.
How do you
You're
buy
quiet,
it?
you're okay. You're a big
I'm CEO of that.
But like, there's no finding how we
list.
just read the series, that's it.
Duly
Okay,
noted.
we'll give you 3 more minutes, yeah.
I put academic osmosis.
Oh.
I just want
Oh,
my
like,
textbooks to like.
Yeah, you sleep in the book.
Yeah, exactly. They say it's not real, but what if it was?
What about like a storage upgrade to your brain?
Ooh. Sometimes I
iOS
need that for
for
real.
real.
iOS
Oh,
update.
no.
They're gonna monetize that. If you want to upgrade to the
Any
next
ideas,
level.
Dylan? Pop that instant meat.
Chops and cooks food.
And
So-
cleans.
And cleans.
It's
You guys ever like run out of storage on your phone?
All the
I
time.
don't understand how iCloud, it's like you have to pay for iCloud. I'm paying for like a space that I can't even like see, if that makes sense, like virtual
Yeah.
space. I think that's such an
Yo,
interesting
what
concept.
about like a storage room that's like it's like opens up and you can just put stuff in it and it closes and it's not even actually there.
So it's like a bottomless storage closet?
Yeah, something like that. But I was thinking like it's like a portal, like you open it and you can just like it's like somewhere else.
A magic hat. Oh.
There's something in D&D that's like that. That's like
Infinite
the.
storage.
Every time you said D&D, I thought you talked more like you know just
No, I'm sorry. Dungeons and Dragons.
I
Yeah.
was like, no, you're not interested.
There's something in D&D called like like a bag of holding, where when you reach into something, you can pull out anything you want as long as it's under like 5 gold. So that kind of gives me some more idea. Beautiful. Guys, we're almost done. Almost done.
2 more minutes.
I'm almost maxed out.
Machine that gives
we're
me
about
more
to-
ideas. I'm trying to think of like music related
Yeah,
things.
think
Like
of your hobbies. Think of what, you would make your hobbies nicer, more fun, easier.
More time.
slow
What
aging.
yeah, what if there was something that can like for your perspective slow down time? So it's like not time's actually slowing down, but like either like time feels slower so you feel like you have more time.
So if we just traveled at the speed of light,
Yeah.
just have time dilation.
Maybe.
Write it down, write it down, write it down.
Maybe like a pod that's like on top of the earth and just like orbits very fast and it goes to speed of light. So then like you don't have to go that way far away from Earth, but you're still going faster than light.
What about cloning your consciousness?
But what, sorry?
Cloning your consciousness.
That's
Loading?
scary.
Like making like a new you?
Yeah, like
It's
split the
just a
you, so you
USB.
you both go to class, you go both play piano, and you hang out with your friends, and
Can you connect them back?
like you're experiencing all of those realities simultaneously.
Oh.
Oh.
I'm just here in the
Has
best.
anyone watched Arcane?
Okay, guys, give me 10 more ideas. You have 90 seconds. Go.
Cloning your consciousness.
How about like something that can like it's like this electrical shock through your clothes so they instantly become iron.
Write it down.
Like that.
No, I like it. I like it. There's no dumb answers.
Give me 8 more ideas.
Oh god.
That's only 2 each, come on.
Guys, I've tried, my brain is just not connecting.
I'm gonna apply a machine to the vocal cords to have auto tune so I can sing.
Oh. I put it on and but like on top of that, maybe like a technology so I can like mimic someone's singing voice.
Yeah.
Oh.
Mimic.
Voice changers.
Voice changer, but like in real time. What if right now I want to sing like Ariana Grande or in the
what
bar?
if you just want to duplicate the President of the United States voice and then order a nuclear strike?
Oh my goodness. I resign.
All right, 20 seconds. Give me 4 more ideas.
What's the
Go,
next
go,
end?
go.
World hunger.
Whoa!
But then I was thinking about world hunger, but then I actually thought about overpopulation. But then
Yeah, right. I got not world hunger, but a bed that can fold and fit in your backpack.
Oh.
What's something that can end homelessness?
A bed that folds.
Right, folks. Okay, we did pretty good. We got a whole bunch of ideas. So, how do we feel about that? Any insights?
I like it.
Normally, I'm not so much in the peanut gallery, but you're my own group, so it's hard to not to intervene. Okay, so for the next 20 minutes, you're going to take one of those ideas. Again, do not spend too much time trying to figure out which idea. Any one of those ideas. Pick your wildest, craziest idea, and we're going to turn it into a business, okay?
Sorry, go.
I want you to answer all of these ideas. Okay, there's 2 formats you can do it in. You can tell me what your idea is, what you're selling, what need does it serve, or what problem does it solve, who will use it versus who will buy it. So even if a student uses it, maybe it's the teacher or the educator who buys it. If a kid uses a toy, it's still the parent who buys it. How you're going to make money, what threats or hurdles you'll face when making this idea a reality, what external help you need and who can help you. If you have time, name your company, do a logo. Name your product as well, and then tell me the first step you need to take today to make progress. So that seems like a lot. We've also turned it into Mad Libs, okay? So at the end of 20 minutes at Company X, we've created product name and solution because of this problem designed for this user. It will be appealed to this buyer because of this value add. We anticipate these hurdles and we will overcome them by this mitigation strategy. Some of our strengths include, you can list your experience, assets, network, etc. We will make money by this business model. The first step we need to take today to achieve this goal is name me your first step, okay? So you have 2 options. I saw a lot of excitement for this version.
Oh, I just was excited because it was Mad
Yeah.
Libs.
Okay, which one do you want to use?
Can we have both?
Yeah, you can have both. I can just switch back and forth between them.
Sure.
Which one do you want to start with?
I think we can leave this like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we can,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
go in there.
All right,
Okay.
20 minutes starts now.
Let's look at things that like are.
Worst case scenario, we just go blindfold, we just choose one.
Do you want to leave this like poster, or can we like rip things off and stuff?
You can rip things off. It is
Okay.
your poster.
Should we do it like this? Like we just grab one and like quickly like just say yes or no, like you know what I mean?
Okay. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I really like this one. Land that can spontaneously change like what's on it.
That's
That
on the
was
yes
really
list.
cool.
We'll get a yes list
Yeah.
going
Unless there are
here.
objections.
No.
No, I liked
Okay.
the forgetting like drug or
Okay.
whatever. I don't know how
Or
much
even, like, a
value
ray.
that would add to the market. but
You never know.
sadly.
What about things that like okay like for example like negative calories? I don't think that's something that we could like do right away. So we should like be
Yeah.
more practical and like, things that like kind of we should just keep at the window. Like get too far.
Okay.
So we'll put that in like this like too futuristic maybe.
Okay.
Alarm bed definitely would give that could be something maybe.
That's true.
Jurassic Park too futuristic.
What?
Darn it.
No, we're not thinking too far. Like, we can still do it. I still think it's
say,
possible.
Yeah.
I think that all of these are technically possible, but I think the biggest thing we should be focusing on is is it like looking at the questions? Do we think there's going to be more answers for this, or is there
yeah,
going
like
to
is
be
this
less?
something that like we can like quote unquote build
Yeah,
on?
that's what I'm saying. Like Jurassic Park, I don't think that's why I was.
We can make it profitable. I mean,
Well, then we
use
can
it for-
have a land that can spontaneously turn into Jurassic Park.
Yeah, we can.
We can have that underneath that.
Yeah.
Like we can just like do
Can,
this. We'll do this. So then we can see both of them, but they all point to the same sort of like area, if that makes sense.
But I think what, Rayan, if I'm understanding you right, you want to sell a product, not an idea.
But we can
I think that's like
attract people and
Like
make some
attract
money.
people.
Yeah.
Okay. Do people want to grab more that they would like to do?
The bad part is I don't necessarily have any opinions of what's.
I was gonna say
don't
anything I feel like would
do.
be fun to feed off of.
Yeah.
Okay, let's put 10 things out there and then we'll do like, or let's do 8 things and then we'll do like a bracket.
How about everyone just choose one that we like.
Yeah, everyone choose
resonate
one.
with.
Everyone choose one.
Well,
Let's do like 3 and then do 5 more, that'll be like 1 each, that'll be 8. And then we'll do like a 1v1 until we get to the finalists.
And then no one sees that.
You can leave those 3 if you want.
Yeah, I know.
We just need food more.
We're eating, guys.
What's it say?
Material changing clothes. It's like the clothes market, like the fashion market could be cool.
Yeah.
Cheerleader. I was gonna say, I like the 3D printer for
Yeah.
really anything.
Yeah.
This is good.
What about someone did like the, actually maybe you already said, was like the pill. Did you already put the pill?
I do pick the pill.
Oh, okay. I was like, which
Like what
pill?
is, oh wait, hold on.
This
I
one's
the
the pill that
forgetting
tastes like
drug pill.
anything.
No, I don't know if I did it or someone else did it, but it was like the pill that tastes like anything.
This one.
Yeah, okay. Put it next to the forgetting drug maybe.
What's the point of a pill that tastes like anything?
Like you can enjoy like ice cream without,
You don't have to go
Having
to
calories
make it.
or
You don't have to.
that's
make
kinda
it.
yeah, similar to what we use.
specifically you can program it in.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Some people see food.
Academic osmosis.
Oh, for students.
What is it?
One stranger. Using one more.
How many is that?
This is 5. Just one more.
I thought we need 8. We need 6.
I thought we were just gonna do a
Nice.
quick bracket.
Oh.
If that makes sense.
Okay.
Do you want to go next?
Yeah, go ahead.
You're 4 minutes into
You can just
20
choose
minutes.
randomly too, you can just go blind.
Randomly,
Yeah,
okay.
if you'd like, because they're,
Flying cars, is it like Canada?
yeah,
Let's do that. Okay, quick bracket. Okay, forgetting like the pill that can taste like anything flying cars.
I vote the.
I
Okay,
want
let's
the
do a
pill,
vote.
pill, 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 pill,
Okay.
pill.
Pill or the land that can spontaneously change.
I want that land.
I want land as well.
Yeah.
I want,
Okay,
I'm calling
land
that
or alarm that wakes you in bed.
land.
Land, yeah.
Land or 3 printed for literally anything. That's a good bracket.
Ooh, land.
Land.
Land. I also
Land.
want land.
Yeah.
Academic osmosis.
Land.
Land. Okay.
Yay!
Okay.
Let's do it.
Okay, wait. Can you explain the land thing more? I don't really understand.
Yeah, so my idea was just like a plot of land that can change whatever is on it to fit whatever is needed. So at one time it could have like a farm, for example. It could change to have a hospital.
Is it like a physical space or is it more like a simulated space?
My idea was a physical one, but we could change it so it could be like a
I think it's physical space because there's
Yeah.
only VR. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we need like
real tangible stuff.
real tangible
exactly.
I was
stuff.
like, how are we gonna get the tomatoes from virtual land?
We're gonna buy an island and then like it'll be like Disneyland. Everyone wants to come.
I'm just thinking of Disneyland right now, so
Oh,
like, that's sick.
It could be Disneyland if you wanted it to be.
I guess,
What I'm thinking right now is like, so the place is like really big, but there's like a certain part that can be anything. So like for example, you have like a farm here, a hospital here, a mall here, and then like it can like in the middle is like the main space. It can like exchange pieces into it and like take from my needs. Because you can't. I don't think it'd be possible to like have a land that's strictly a mall and that suddenly become like a farmland. Like that's not like
Okay.
physically possible. I feel like. I mean maybe you know what I mean, but like.
like puzzle pieces that
Yeah,
like
puzzle-
shape
puzzle-
around,
yeah. Like,
or like slowly move
Yeah.
around.
Like you know Hunger Games when that clock dial.
Yes.
Yes.
Like yeah. Okay, I see.
There was like a hospital built in China in like 2 days where they like took like a bunch of like parts of the hospital, built it in different places, and then assembled it in 1 day or something. So it's like
During COVID, right?
yeah.
How much time do we have? Sorry.
You have 14 minutes.
14
Okay.
minutes. Okay.
Oh.
So do we want to do this or do we want to do the what is it the Mad Lib? Sorry, just because I feel like we should stick to one at a time.
Okay, let's do my list for time.
Mad
Okay.
Libs for time. Okay, awesome. Here you go. Let's do it.
We have to make a company name.
Da-da-da-da.
Yeah, I think we can just we can open a space in the main thing.
And if there's more white board under it, feel free to use it.
Things to do with land.
Land. Space.
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 Think of like synonyms for land and then synonyms for like transforming or like,
Who has any writing?
Oh, absolutely not. But I can write. Are we writing the whole thing or what's the plan?
Sure.
Okay.
go ahead. Company ideas, company ideas, company ideas.
So, alright. That's,
Can I ask AI? Can I ask ChatGPT? Would that be okay?
I don't
Really
even
encourage it.
Okay.
At blank, at company, we have created product name and description. So product name and description is.
Okay, I think the keywords to put ChatGPT put like infinite space or something, and it's like, or interchangeable, or switch, something switch.
Switch is cool.
What if it's like
Switch.
something switch? That's the name.
Space switch.
Land switch. Space switch, land switch.
Land switch. Space switch. Space.
Is it sorry for the product name?
The
Company.
Oh, the company.
Well, the company doesn't really have to be like
Yeah.
the company could literally be our initials.
Change into.
Could I make a suggestion?
Yes,
You're
please.
right.
Okay, what if instead of landscape, it would be land space, so it's like a play on words?
Land space.
ChatGPT, Versatera for versatile land. Versatera, like versatile and land.
Okay, sure. Please do that.
Yeah. Okay, no more.
How do you spell Versatera? Sorry.
Versatera.
Yeah, that's good.
This it's the first one. It's literally the first one. That one's kind of sick. I'm not gonna lie.
Is Terra too large?
Yes,
It
you
is.
got it. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
at
created-
Versatera, we
What if we use something like landslide and like, what was the one you suggested?
Land space instead of landscape, so
Landspace.
you could be a land spacer, professional land spacer instead of professional landscaper.
is that the
Yeah.
product name?
Yeah,
Yes.
do that.
Okay, sorry. What was it? Lands.
A land spacer.
Let's spell it weird.
Yeah, put a 4 in there somewhere.
Landscape. Land. Huh. No. Space. An X in there somewhere.
Instead of C.
Spacers.
Yeah.
Yeah, instead of a CS.
Yeah, like that.
Land dash spacer, just one word
Together.
Yeah.
What is it?
AXER.
Sick.
And description.
Because.
No, I
Because.
think we should do the description first of the part of it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
A plot of land that can switch forms and things like that. Just like a basic description.
Okay. We created land spacer. An island that.
But I think an island won't be like accessible to like
Maybe
people.
like a
Like,
plot
Okay,
of
a
land.
plot of lands. A plot of land that shifts its.
that isn't restricted to something like that.
Okay.
Like,
Plots of land.
10 minutes.
Oh.
It's okay. 10 minutes is a long time. That's a lot of seconds.
That shifts into anything.
yeah.
Love how good perpetual optimist over here.
Anything the user desires.
Yes, I love that wording. Your writing looks like the font for like markers.
That's crazy.
Because the problem is like. I don't know what the problem is.
It's kind of like, I wouldn't say like lack of space, but like
Because-
better usage of like horizontal space. I don't know how to word that better.
That's honestly good. Better use of horizontal space.
Chat it up.
Okay.
What is it? Because of. What is? I guess the more than a problem is just for like
It's like
user creativity.
It's like limiting-
space.
the problem is like limiting a certain piece of land to a certain function.
Reason faster.
Reason faster.
Like the thing that I was thinking of was kind of like when something gets built, sometimes things get abandoned. There's like a whole niche space on YouTube of people just exploring like abandoned spaces like that.
Oh.
Hospitals are common.
Flexible land use. That's what it says here.
Because of flexible land use.
Oh, wait,
We all
wait,
like that, no?
wait, let me look.
That's not like the problem, that's like kind of like the
The
Answer,
solution,
that's the
yeah.
solution, right?
Because of.
say what's the problem to that?
Well, it says, for example, a community might initially use a land for housing, but local needs change.
Because of changing needs of.
Yeah.
Because of.
Oh, wait, let me read the full thing. Traditionally, land plots are allegedly zoned for specific purposes, but these can change, these trends can shift over time. So I don't know what a better way to put
Because
that.
of changing desires of the population, because of changing.
That's pretty good.
Needs?
Here's the question, are the land challenges the same in Edmonton as they are in, say, Mumbai or Beijing or Manhattan? What are the challenges there in like New York? Is it cheap to rent an apartment in New York?
No.
Why is that?
Because of
Competition.
housing market.
The land is limited. And,
Yes.
Yeah.
Right,
Oh.
limited land, we can put limited land, we can put. I did like your idea of putting like, what did you say?
Changing needs of the.
Because of the ever changing needs of the community. Or
Limited
That's pretty
space and changing needs, like
Yeah.
limited.
I think just put it down urgent.
Limited
needs,
space
Because
and
of the.
limited space and changing needs. That's probably a better way to put it.
Sure.
That's
Let's not think about it too much,
We already ate with the idea, guys, so.
I think now it's time to run it back.
And changing needs of the population.
Yeah.
So it solves a lot of problems.
I think-
You can spin it in a bunch of
I think we don't have to include the design for it because we kind of included it.
Well, who's gonna use it?
Like anyone who
Design
needs.
for.
So like
Or-
anyone from like a school kid to the mayor can use it?
I think it should be more like a community-based item rather than an individual.
Designed for the community.
Yeah.
I was gonna say like communities, I think that's a good word. Just because of the nature of it, it can shift to serve different communities depending on what's needed
Because
serving.
I think that like a certain person wanting a land for many things doesn't make sense. Whereas like
The community.
Yeah.
There's like a
you know how
money
like
pool.
you know how they can take
Yeah.
like rinks and they can like make it like a basketball court or
Yeah.
whatever. It's like kinda like that, but like more.
So designed
Ooh.
for the
The community.
Trees.
It's a community, yeah.
I just have a vision of like community complex with like an infinity sign above it, because it's like the next generation community complex.
Mm.
That's fair.
I like that.
I guess the only problem with this is if someone was to, like, the wrong hands, and if someone was just to use this for personal use, they'd be taking up space that could be used for the community, which is
We
very
can say that
purpose.
as a hurdle maybe.
Yeah, or you could address that in like the buyer, like who the buyer is supposed to be. So maybe the buyer could be like an entire group of people, like a city council or something like
We
that.
put community. I think. I actually don't. Oh, that's the user. Now we're on the buy. My bad. It will appeal everyone.
So who do you want to pay money for this?
The
Who's
government.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say.
Does everyone agree with that?
Yeah.
I'm impressed at your ability to write so legibly.
No, literally. It really looks like that one marker script on
Yeah.
like Google.
It looks like Sharpie's on the
Yeah,
like,
right?
with Sharpie on the market.
You guys chose the right scribe for this group.
Thank you. Because value add.
This kind of adds like that, you know, that the problem right now with a lot of societies is that we're lacking like a third space, if you guys have heard of that term, where people can just go and talk to people.
Yeah.
So maybe that will be sort of like what our appeal is or our value. But I'm terrible at wording things.
Because like a third space, I think in my head, it's technically like one solution
Mhm.
that this kind of space could offer.
Mhm.
It's tough because I feel like the wording would have to capture the versatility of it.
Yeah.
But I definitely know what you mean. Third spaces, been down that niche tube too.
Yeah.
Because it will appeal to the government because.
Oh, the government. Okay, that's the problem.
Yes, it will appeal to the government because.
How much time do you have?
Oh, it will appeal to the government because of the flexible, flexible, shifty nature of like
Yeah.
the community.
Yeah.
They
Like,
also
the community.
communicate. Yeah, no, go ahead.
Oh, no,
Sorry.
no.
We make it dynamically available, right? So like for the community.
Because of its dynamics, because
Yeah.
it's dynamic.
Yeah, they only have to invest in one plot of land,
Yeah.
and then it can continually change. They're
Because
gonna
it
be
is
big about money.
versatile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes! Woo!
Just called a multiplex.
Oh.
They only have to buy it once, and that's the only thing that they're looking for, right? The money side.
It's true, unless they have to keep updating it, but
No,
that's not
no,
enough
no,
problem.
no, that's not enough problem.
We
That's enough problem.
anticipate hurdles and will overcome them by.
I said one of the hurdles earlier that if it gets into the wrong hands and one person is just continually using the space, they're not really using it for its intended purpose, right?
That's true.
But that's the only thing I can necessarily think of that would be negative. I mean, you could put bad things into the place, like, I don't know.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Turn it into like a dungeon, that wouldn't be very nice, wouldn't it?
We anticipate. We anticipate execution problems. Sorry guys, I'm just like.
No, for real.
We anticipate execution problems and will overcome them by hiring the smartest people.
More research!
Yeah.
I mean, one issue that came to mind for me was like if this were for the community, it would be about surveying the needs of that community and being able to reach everyone accessibly. That could be like a barrier, and then overcoming that could be just by having a representative council. or
Okay,
something.
we anticipate. What is it? Non-democracy. What is it? Like?
I know what you're talking about, wait.
Clashing ideas. What is that called? We anticipate.
Conflict of
like-
interest.
The conflict of needs, conflict of.
You have a company like that?
You have 2 minutes left.
You have another 2 minutes on top of that because we're one group.
Yes, but I do want to get you guys out of here on time, and we're going to take 5 minutes for you to present it, and then also discuss it after. So you can have until. You have 3
Just
more
write
minutes.
without stopping.
Yeah, go ahead.
We anticipate.
overcome them by decision making.
You could say like a representative, like what Jess was saying.
Or council.
Yeah. A decision making body. Or
Yeah, representative decision making body.
Thank you, yes.
Strengths.
Some of our strengths. What are some of our strengths, you guys? Include.
So like, is the strength like the product itself or like the company?
This is anything. Some of our strengths include.
If you as a team were gonna go register this business today, like what, if you were trying to convince someone to let you go buy the land or invest in you, how would you sell them on it?
An elevator pitch.
the strength is that like it's like an adapting piece of land. Like you don't need to always change. It's like adaptable.
Some of our strengths
It
include.
can be applicable to a lot of different fields.
Yeah, applicability.
But even you as a team, the five of you as like the
Oh.
fabulous five, what do you bring to this project?
Like, do we have any networks? Are we well connected?
You have 2 more minutes.
Ideas, investing capabilities, finding investors, funding.
We're all millionaires.
Yeah, like that.
Some of our strengths include diverse backgrounds.
Yay.
What connections are we
Right, what is this?
to? Backgrounds. Diverse backgrounds. I think that's good enough, right? Diverse backgrounds.
We don't have enough time to think about that.
Yeah.
Diverse backgrounds.
We'll make money by
Government funding.
See, that's our downfall.
We will make money by Elon Musk buying our idea.
So
By the
once you
people-
sell this to the city, like, how are you going to keep on making money?
Investors.
People who gets the benefit, like of the land space, and the investors, yeah.
Would people be investing in a puzzle piece? Like specific people, like hospital would be investing in one puzzle piece and other ones in another, and then those would be shifting, or would it, is this where all the tax money's going?
Literally all of it.
Are they renting like it for a certain amount of time? Like, are we going to be renting the space to people, or is it going to be?
We will make money by
Donations.
investors, I don't know how to spell investors,
That's perfect.
community, government funding, etc.
And then the first step we need to take today to achieve this goal is,
The first step we need is, I'm just gonna write the answer to that. So the first step we need to take to achieve this goal is land.
Yeah.
a proposed location.
yeah.
Perfect. Okay, so as you finish that, take 5 minutes as a group to pitch me, sell me, present this to me.
Okay, sharks. Okay. Sorry, this is the part to determine what's what.
Usually we start off with like a problem. Like usually when you go on Shark Tank or something, you're like, you propose the problem. Like,
Yeah.
in our case, what would it be? Would it be like, imagine this?
Yeah.
Are you tired of construction?
You can even just, you guys have worked so well as a group, you can even just read through it and just jump in as you guys have
Okay,
clarifications.
I'll start it.
Yeah.
Have you ever had a piece of land that you wish could do one thing, but one time or another you wanted to do a different thing, but then you don't want to wait for 10 years of construction? So what do? You come to our company, Reverse the Terra, and you buy our product, Land Spacer with an X.
Very important. Very important you include that X. Go ahead, just if you want to read from it.
I can hold it and if someone wants to read.
Now you got you to read it.
Okay, at Versatera we have created land spacer. This is really hard reading the records. Wait, I can do it, it's okay. So at Versatera we created land spacer. So land spacer is a plot of land that shifts into anything the user desires. One day you might be like, hey, I want to actually go to maybe the basketball court. And another day you might be like, well, maybe I need a hospital here or something that has better needs for the population around us. So we can change and shift anything to the needs of the population around us. And this can solve problems for limited space and the changing needs of the population around. And this is designed for the community. So we are for the people. This will appeal to the government because it is versatile. They only have to invest into one land space that can forever change into different needs whenever they need it to. We anticipate that there'll be some conflicts in the needs of the population because some people might have different opinions on what we should prioritize in comparison to others. And we'll overcome this by having a representative or a board, a decision-making body which is voted by the people, for the people, so that can represent their needs efficiently. We will make money by investors, by the community, and by government funding, and anyone else who would like to give us money. Our biggest problem is a proposed location. Wait, no. The first step we take to achieve this goal today is to have a proposed location.
Woo! Well done, well done. So let's just kind of debrief a little bit. How did that feel? Was that stressful? Was it fun? Was it chaotic? All of the above.
It's fun, like push like creativity. Like you have to think outside the box.
So this was a first for a bunch of reasons. This is the first time we just had one big group. So normally I'm not the peanut gallery, but you're my only group to focus on. So I really appreciated the use of ChatGPT because you didn't let it do all your work, which you could have easily have done. You used it as a supplement to your group dynamic, and you also asked permission for that. So that's kind of the right way to use ChatGPT. For things you didn't want to, spend too much time on, you guys had this good mix of being mindful of your time, but also focused. The interesting thing about this group is you were very linear. So you went through, I think this is also a first, you went through and you did not move past a single blank space until you had the next one. Typically what most groups do is they will focus on the hardest, developing the product, and then what it does in the problem space, and then typically the logo and the company name and the product name get relegated to the last 3 seconds and they're panic made up. So it was really interesting to watch you kind of fight through each hurdle in real time, battle it out before moving on. I'll pause here for insights and questions.
What was your goal with us doing this?
So first of all, I want to get you used to working in, taking what you've learned about emerging technologies, not limiting yourself to thinking, oh, that's impossible, because that's how big ideas happen, right? That's how smartphones, that's how internet, that's how Neuralink, that's how, big ideas happen. It's like, what if, the craziest thing I can imagine, what if we seriously thought about making that a reality? And then you also need to, you're not going to do it as one person. You need to think about how you're actually going to bring that into reality. And then some of the more complex stuff, we haven't talked about building a business. So business model, you thought about how money might come in, but a business model is more like how you make this sustainable. So the product is actually really interesting because you can get money up front by selling the land. And then for the infrastructure, for building this physical modular infrastructure that's kind of this 3-dimensional jigsaw puzzle, then you can also charge for ongoing licensing on a yearly basis, and then you can also charge for maintenance. So you actually have generated multiple streams, and so that's kind of beyond what we've talked about. And then the land. I also like you to think about the land of unintended consequences, because when you first put this down on a post-it note, I'm thinking, what if you accidentally lose your 3-year-old Timmy in a fun house, and then you go back to look for him, and suddenly it's, a farm, where you can find your kid? So, then you have a lawsuit on your hands. Or how do you adjudicate who's going to, maybe the farmers want it to be a plot of land for 1 week, but, there's a big carnival coming to town, and you want it to be a carnival. How are you going to allocate who uses what? And then, say that the city doesn't want to pay for maintenance anymore, and, the town's resident, Mr. Burns, wants to buy it and use it for nefarious goods. How are you going to protect against that? So the point of this exercise is a whole bunch. It's to get you to brainstorm, to think about big ideas, to not limit yourself, but also realize with every single action you make, there will be consequences, good or bad. So hopefully we achieve some of that. Does that make sense? Perfect. I think we're about at time. Yes, we are at time on the dot. Any questions, comments, concerns? Yes.
I just wanted to say that I really enjoyed this activity. It really brings together like that community aspect. I mean, in a lot of different courses, you're very like individual. You're very much, I'm doing my own thing, but I really enjoyed how we connected aspects of leadership and technology into this wonderful activity.
Right, and that's exactly it. You're each going to have your own way of how you view both problem spaces and solutions, and when you bring those perspectives together, you're also going to create new ways of thinking and problem solving. So, excellent.
So what Shawna suggested today is that her part of the midterm in the future might be an oral exam of each of you. Like if there's 80 minutes, she would spend 10 minutes with each of you in an oral exam that tests like problem solving and innovation.
Yeah, as you may have gleaned from both my midterm questions and also how I teach this class, I do not care what you memorize. You will be able to look that up at any point in your life. I want you to be able to think critically as a physician, as a psychologist, as a scientist, as a future entrepreneur. So I want that to be the skill set that you get out of this class. Yes?
So how do you improve that skill? Let's say you're a weak critical thinker. How would you improve that?
So I'm going to turn that question back on you and ask you to think critically. If you don't like the way that you think about problem solving, what is one thing you could do today?
Start looking at things with a different lens.
Yeah, asking what if, that's one way. Doing something as simple as, so looking at multiple solutions to a problem. Look, if your computer crashes and you have an essay to do tomorrow, what are you hooped? Are you going to throw it in? Are you going to get a late term on your grade? Or what are your other options?
Go to the library and do it there.
Yeah, use another computer, try to see if you can find a backup, ask for an extension, write it on pen and paper, which is a lot of skill, right? So anytime you come up with a problem, rather than being frustrated, saying, okay, that's looking at multiple ways of problem solving, and then just, doing things that can, even doing something simple like board games on a daily basis, just getting your brain juices flowing. And then the other part of that, so thinking critically, is when something comes at face value, ask, is that the whole story? So here's a very practical example. When I see a push notification, or back when some of the social media networks were less biased, I would look on a trending topic. And I would just click on the trending topic, and then I would look at how it was reported on CNN, Fox, BBC, etc. And then just ask myself, how is that being reported differently, right? And then, is there a difference, and why is there a difference, right? That's what I mean by critical thinking. Not just accepting everything that's coming to you, but saying, what is my opinion of this? And what is likely the truth? Is what is being presented to me, the veracity of what the situation is, or could there be something more to it? That's what I mean by critical thinking. I think that is far more valuable a skill that you're going to get from this course, especially hopefully my sessions, than me saying, okay, memorize everything there is to know about space medicine, because that is going to be applicable to like 1 out of every 1,000 students who comes to this course. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. Class dismissed, but I'm around for a few minutes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.